Chapter 15. The Last Ceremony. Night descended gently upon the blush lotus kingdom, cloaking the terraces in deep sapphire light. Lanterns swayed from bridges, their reflections rippling through the still canals. It was the hour of the Festival of Knowledge, though the usual songs were absent. Cats gathered in quiet rows along the waterfalls, paws folded, eyes reflecting the pale gold shimmer of the crystal source above. At the center of it all stood Eldan Rootwell, the hedgehog who had carried 3 worlds inside his satchel. And now the fourth waited. The ceremony began with silence, deliberate, heavy, beautiful. The air seemed to inhale with the crowd. Mira Wavecrest stepped forward, her robe trailing like liquid moonlight. "The world has spoken in fragments," she said. "Forest, mountain, sea. Each remembered its own song, but forgot the rhythm between." Her voice was low, but even the water leaned closer to hear. "Tonight, the listener will offer what was lost, and we will remember." She nodded to Eldan. He stepped to the edge of the source, where a shallow bowl of radiant water glowed like molten glass. The 3 fragments pulsed within his satchel, warm, steady, eager to meet each other. Eldan drew them out one by one. The forest filament, humming faintly with the scent of pine. The mountain crystal, its core alive with inner fire. The sea pearl, cool and rhythmic, echoing distant tides. He placed them into the source. The water accepted them with a low chime, like the pluck of a harp string. Then came the 4th element, himself. He leaned over the basin. "I have no magic," he whispered, "only what I've heard." He touched the water. The glow deepened, stretching up the waterfall in a slow surge of gold and blue. The mist turned luminous, wrapping the temple in moving light. Eldan's reflection multiplied again, not as fragments this time, but as layers, forming one image. Him standing in the heart of every realm at once. The whisperer's voice rose from the depths. It wasn't cruel or taunting now. It trembled. "I remember you, all of you. The laughter, the songs, the noise. You left me to hold the silence when you stopped listening." Eldan's paw shook, but his voice did not. "You were never forgotten, just unheard." "If I let go," the whisperer murmured, "will they fill me with noise again?" Eldan smiled faintly. "No, with life." He pressed his paw to his chest, where the faint hum of the golden thread echoed in his heartbeat. "Harmony isn't peace. It's motion. You taught me that." The whisperer hesitated, then sighed, soft as falling mist. "Then remember me as the space between your notes." Light exploded upward, a column of shimmering gold that climbed the sky and split into 4 radiant streams, arcing toward every horizon. The waterfalls roared back to life, not as thunder, but as music. The air filled with the sound of layered voices, forest choirs, mountain horns, sea drums, and the whispering bells of the falls, all returning to one song. cats wept openly. Mira knelt, paws clasped over her heart. "It remembers," she whispered. The water beneath Eldan's feet rose in slow spirals, wrapping around him like warm wind. For a heartbeat, he saw every realm connected, the green of Twigtail's forests, glowing with golden veins, the peaks of Rocktail flashing with mirrored light, the ports of Furfloat shining like stars upon the waves. The thread was whole again. When the light faded, the source was calm. The fragments were gone, melted into one current of soft luminescence. Eldan knelt at the basin, dizzy, the silence replaced by the hum of unity. Mira approached and helped him to his feet. "It's done," she said softly. He nodded, exhausted, but smiling. "Not done," he corrected. "Remembered." She bowed deeply. "Then may the water carry that memory, wherever sound dares to go." Eldan looked up at the waterfalls now thundering around them, each drop carrying color, each current alive. For the first time, the sound didn't overwhelm him. It welcomed him. Far away, across the other realms, a change rippled outward. In Twigtail, the oak trees glowed faintly gold as roots hummed beneath the soil. In Rocktail, crystals vibrated with low harmonics that made the cliffs sing. In Furfloat, the tides whispered lullabies instead of storms. And in Blush Lotus, the waterfalls resumed their eternal voice, not of command or control, but of memory flowing freely again. Eldan closed his eyes, and through the roar he heard one last echo. "Rest, listener. You have taught silence how to sing." The whisperer was gone, not destroyed, transformed. Its voice had folded back into the melody of the world, becoming part of the rhythm it had once feared. The thread shimmered in the air like breath, and then, softly, it vanished into the dawn.